got Carla here sorting through underwear and swimwear as well. What was the store name that you're going to make? She can't say it. I said to her, it's like, oh, we've all this. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, my name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, I'm halfway through my 4th year of selling on eBay. Building this business has not been easy. There's been a lot of highs, there's been a lot of lows, and there will continue to be a lot of highs and a lot of lows. Now, I document this journey. I've been taking you along for the journey for the last 6 months in immense detail, basically, bringing you along on the camera as a vlog style, sharing what does it look like a day in the life and a day in the week of me building this business. Now, I've seen some crazy results over the last 6 months, and we've just kicked off FY25 here in Australia, and we've actually kind of started off with a bit of a slow start, and it's taken a bit of a toll on me mentally. So I want to talk about that this week, but the main points that we'll be focusing on for this week is, number one is we've been doing a lot of sourcing. We've got a lot of pickups that come through this week, and also some new opportunities that I'm trying to press into. I've also been prepping in advance of what's to come next, and I've got a few things that I'm working towards and making sure that those things are all, getting set up and ready to actually put massive action into. And as I said, it has been a bit of a headspace roller coaster, and I want to touch on that this week as well and help you understand how I'm dealing with that and some of the different things of, what that kind of looks like from my perspective, but also giving myself a fresh perspective that maybe it ain't all that bad at all. So documenting the highs and lows, that's what I'm sharing. Now, this week, I did have a couple of questions come through. I was able to answer one of them. The other one, I wasn't able to get into detail, so I'll have to bring that up next week, and that's coming out in regards to combined postage. So stay tuned for that. If you do have any questions along the way, chuck them down in the comments below. I'll do my best to bring them into the videos. Otherwise, I do answer every single question or every single comment that does come up here on the YouTube. If you do stick around to the end, I've got a whole bunch of lessons for myself. I'm just playing back what I've learned, and I'll also take you through the week results and how July 2024 is currently shaping up, as at the time of this video, it is the 14th of July. So we are about halfway through it. So buckle up, get cozy, and let's get into it. Folks, welcome to Monday. It is a new week, and it's all a bit of a blur. It's a bit of a, I don't know, we've been away for 3-4 days and kind of lost any sense of groove. But today, new week. And got to get back into routine, and of course we have Carla. Ta-da! So today we're actually going to go to my local post office, pick up the rest of the postage supplies. It's all boxes, small boxes, so that will be quite a lot for the back of the van. Then we have a washing drop off happening at about 9:30, so we're going to be there by then. It's currently 8:30, just after 8:30. In terms of the week ahead, it's really just trying to just start to push into the new financial year. Really, my photographer will be back tomorrow, getting back into those kind of routines. Last week was a bit of a on and off kind of week. Didn't really get as much as we possibly could get done, but that's okay. And just starting to think about what's the next things that we have to do to continue to grow, which is always scary. Last week was a bit of a low week, to be honest. I didn't even hit the target that I wanted to hit for. I mean, it wasn't a bad week, but it's just not where I wanted to be, and which motivates me, but it also gets a bit frustrating because you're doing lots of work and you're not getting that exact result that you want. So we'll charge on for today. I think we've got about 38 orders. I'll show you all that when we get in. Not sure what Carla's actually doing today. I don't know if she's just chilling, hanging, helping, supporting, freezing. So she's been in the Philippines for 4 weeks, and coming from 33 degrees, and now it's 6 degrees. Not impressed. All right, so a bit of a rushful morning, and then we'll ease into the day a bit more. So we'll talk soon. Come along for the ride, and I'll show you some stuff of what we do for the week. All right. Got here just in time. Washing just arrived. Alright folks, we're here. Got here and literally just got up here. We put the boxes away that I got. I've got to sort them out a bit better, but that will do for now. And the washing arrived, so Carla's going to help flat lay that today, or this morning first. And then I'm going to do a walk through some op shopping stuff I got last week. And then we will be doing a pick, pack and post. In terms of actually how the week, as I was saying when I was coming in, the week was really quite low. I mean, it wasn't bad. Like we did 4,500, but ideally I need to be just doing it 4,800 to where I want to be getting to. But we didn't just have a lot of volume of sales, and we've actually dropped down quite a fair bit. So we're back down to, I think at the start of last week we were on like 74. We're back down to 70,800. So it has dropped a fair bit. That drive of increased sales has kind of dwindled off. But we do have 41 sales to go out today, which I'll take you through a little bit later. So a lot of work to do. All right, folks, we've now got 44 items going out. We've had quite a few sales just come through, and as well. So I think the big ones going out today is that one went for about 100 and something because it's gone international, and that one's also gone for, I think that went for $45 posted. We've got some Despicable Me. We've got some actual books going out. It's been a while. A few bundles in here, but this is mainly just clothing. Anything that's pretty crazy, I'll give you guys a bit of an update as I go through. We do have a bundle of fantasy books, a couple of bundles of jackets and things here. Oh, just had another sale as we're talking. I've actually had like 6 sales come through while I've been getting stuff out, which is great because definitely need it. A little iPod, a lot of bread and butter, but this morning things are picking up a little bit, so it's pretty good. Got Carla on the tools doing a bit of hats over there, and I'm going to start pick packing and posting, so let's do it. All right, couple of things, folks. Got this little hot tuna. Yeah, got this little hot tuna thing going out. It is a sweater knit, and it is, I don't think it's super vintage, but it is definitely of the 90s style, but it is probably 2000s. That one's actually gone for 70 bucks. Pretty cool. The other thing that I wanted to show you was, especially if you're Filipino, you'll love this. This is a ube hopia, little snack. They're kind of like, what do you call them, babe? They're like, it's just like a little pastry, right? Yeah, little pastry. Yes, it can be savory or sweet. And these ones, well, I haven't had this one for a while, but this is what they look like. Just having a quick snack. So good. All right, back to work. This doesn't happen very often, but I have sold a pair of shoes. These are some Adidas Ultra Boosts. They've gone for $40.20. These ones I got out of a big bulk deal. So average cost of good on this is like $6, but yeah, it doesn't really happen that often, but just thought I'd share it. Alright folks, postage is done. I'm just packing it up. We're actually going to nick down to Bunnings and grab a nice warm coffee because it is very cold. Still got to finish up doing the international. They're all printed out, but I'll label them when I get back. So I've got all that, this, and then 2 bags full. So quite chockers. And Carla's done a whole bunch of hats for me and then sorting some hats. And yeah, so we'll be back in a jiffy, folks. Alright folks, we're back. We had some lunch, we had a coffee. We've got Carla on the tools now. She's doing a bit of a sort here of, she's very cold, so we're getting her moving. I'm not making her slave drive. Blink if you need help. So she's doing the sorting of these shorts, putting them into the different groups. I'm going to be, I've got to finish the post. Just actually had another order come through, but I've also got the international to do, and then I'm going to start doing some photos of just some of the clothes from the op shop that I got. So yeah, let's get to it. While the phone's charging, I'm just packing a couple more orders. So I had these books that we got last week's thrift video. These have gone for $55, I think it was. That's including postage. So they sold pretty quick. And then I've got a whole bunch of phones in here, old Nokias. These are parts not working. They've gone for $77, $75, maybe $70.20, somewhere around there. Can't remember, but with those, I had someone ask me, I think it was Johnny Boy Francis, he asked me, do we think with 3G closing down and things like that, that those phones will no longer be worth selling? Well, clearly they are, because I just got, as I said, about 70 bucks for parts not working, and people collect them, so well worth selling. Yeah, $79.20 actually, and there was a Nokia 3200, 3310, and a 3315. Right, I'm doing photos, folks, but while I've been doing that, Carla has done an excellent job in putting these into the different groups. She's now going to go through and count them, and then she's going to get them prepped for the bagging. So not too bad at all. Woohoo! Alright folks, we're out of here. Packed up and done and dusted. Back here again tomorrow, doing it all again. Of course. Got to get in early actually, because I've taken my van in for a service. So see you tomorrow. You won't see Carla tomorrow though. You'll see her maybe later in the week. Folks, it is Tuesday morning. You probably can't see me too well. I do apologise. I do have the light on so you can see me a little bit better. It's the crack of dawn. We've just left home at quarter to 7. Got to take the van in for a service, and then I'll be getting a lift back to the unit. So we started a bit earlier this morning. Well, we have started earlier this morning anyway. My plans today is photographers back, so just get them all sorted, get them prepping and, sorry, not prepping, get them photographing and making sure that they're all ready to rumble, and that can be a productive day for them, so we can catch back up on photos and listings and things like that. For me, I'll be doing a pick, pack and post. I will continue to do my listings when I get to the unit, because I haven't finished them this morning. I usually start at 5, but obviously I've had to change the plans a bit this morning, so I've had breakfast and, you know, didn't get to finish. I think I've done half my listings, 15 of 30, and then I'm going to start to do a bit of shuffling and just start to arrange things for, I was chatting to Carla yesterday about maybe some of the layouts of things, and she gave me some good ideas, so I'm going to probably dive into that a little bit more, continue finishing up off the shorts, which Carla was helping with. So yeah, for me, really just a clean-up day, sorting day, getting prepped day for, you know, the things that are coming at the end of the month. We'll have our next order of clothing coming at the end of the month, so just want to make sure I've got things in a nice smooth motion by then. And we've tested it out once, it worked in terms of, you know, using the other unit as a processing unit. So a few things that can be done better, and I think I just need to rearrange a little bit to make that as productive as possible. So anyway, I'm going to jump off this because it's a little intense with the rain at the moment, and I will see you in a jiffy. Alright team, we are here just getting set up. Tell you, it's been a bit of a dry spell, to be honest. Things are pretty dead. We're actually dropped back. We've dropped heaps down to 70,295. So we've dropped about $3,000 in the last week, which is a bit unfortunate because our run of increase has really slowed down. We've got 4 sales going out. It's been absolutely dead. Now, whether this has anything to do with what happened in the last week with all the INADs and all that, I don't know. We haven't really, I mean, I have slowed down a little bit in terms of some of the stuff we're putting up, but not really. So this does motivate me to push a little harder. I'll be working extra to try and see where we can get up to that next tick. I've just got in and just getting prepped. Our photographer will be here shortly, so I'm just going to get things set up, and the plan for today is to, well, pick, pack and post, but finish off this, and then we'll be finishing up some of the new layout in here as well. Basically, you want to get this clothing in here and have some more shelving in here as well. So whether that's today is another conversation, but let's do some work. One of the conversations I had last week, it was with, and I apologize if I say your name wrong, I always get it wrong, Anika. And Anika she's actually one of our customers for the product listing service. And she was asking why I don't have more tiers in my shelving. And it's a very good question. There's a couple of reasons why. As you can see, there is a bit of room down the bottom here, whereas some of these are super tight. And because I have such a variety of different stock, some things don't fit well, some things fit really well. Now, I could actually also compress some of this. As you can see, these shirts, we could actually fold them again and save space. But I am also trying to make these as presentable as possible for when customers receive them. The other thing is about consolidation. If we go another tier, we have to be standing on this to do the consolidation, and because I'm the only one that does the consolidation, I have to be mindful of safety of other people doing it. However, I have thought about it. Is there any room to wriggle? There may be potential to bring in one more level, one more shelf, but I'm actually thinking maybe if I do bring in one more level of shelf up the top here, it may be for the multi-quantity stuff. And it might be a good opportunity to actually put in maybe some of my the stuff that doesn't sell all the time and we don't need to consolidate. So things such as RM Williams stuff, maybe some hats, and then I've got a whole lot of multi-quantity stuff down here as well. So they could actually do pretty well at the top, and they just don't become a consolidation piece. Because essentially I would gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, probably 11 more shelves. I wouldn't do it in the middle, I would only do it against the wall. 11 more shelves, which essentially that's 44 more boats. And on average, that's, let's say there's 10 per boat. That's 440 items. So it's definitely something I'm considering, thinking about as well. So it was a really great question that came through from Anika. I really do appreciate it. And I apologize if I've butchered your name. All right, let's charge on. The great shuffle begins. So I'm starting to reshuffle all this, making some space, and I'm actually thinking of bringing this out. Anyway, you'll see what I do by the end of it, but my headspace, I'm not gonna lie, my headspace at the moment is just a little bit over the place, just because I'm just not happy with things. Now, don't take that the wrong way. I'm super grateful, super glad that I've been able to get to where I am. But the struggle that I always deal with is when I have momentum and it slows down, how do I retain it? How do I keep it moving? And when it's ticking the wrong way, and I know you're going to have your ups and downs, it really does frustrate me. So I get into a bit of a mode where I kind of do things, sometimes self-sabotage, to be honest. But I need to make sure that I leverage this feeling to make sure that I'm putting it into productive and massive action that is going to enable me to grow. So it can be a catch-20. I mean, it can be a double-edged sword. It can be really, really good in terms of it motivates me to do something to get ahead, or it pushes me back into a corner and I don't want to do it, so I procrastinate or I push away. Being honest. Well, that's all clear now, and we've got it all in here. This is probably not the best way to put it, but for now this is going to do. I've kept one out just so I don't have to unpack everything, but because I've got extra larges now, and I've got all the padded mailers, the large padded mailers that I'm using too, so I don't need to use the boxes as much. However, I have kept one out just to be easy. Might end up putting it on there. However, I'm pretty sure these large ones, sorry, these extra large ones, I'll be able to fit some under there. And I think in the long run, what I'm going to end up doing is this is going to change. This will become for storage, for packaging or whatever. But the RM Williams stuff, I think just doing all this helps me think, is going to, once I get all this finally sorted, is going to go on this wall. All the multi-SKU, all those different things are going to go here, I think. There is still an opportunity here, but I don't think it's my quickest win. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of expenditure actually to purchase more boxes, more shelving to be able to set them up, because basically one shelving will go in half. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, I need like 5 or 6 more shelves, which they're about $52 each. It's $300. I think it doesn't make sense. Whereas here, I can spend I don't know, 150 and have all the shelving sorted in here. And I think I'll be able to put, of course I still got to handle up all the video game stuff. I'll be able to put all of this, like the multi-quantity, that, and the RM Williams at the back, and that will go along here. And then I'll be just keeping the clothes racks in here. This is just going to make it so much easier in here. And then this will be purely for excess storage and just doing the kilo lots. We're getting another 500 kilos at the end of the month. And then in here we will have our overflow, which that should be enough for overflow, because we are cycling through, well, maybe not this week, it's absolutely dead quiet, it's doing my head in, but I think then this will be a workable system. And we've got enough tables in here. I was thinking about actually potentially just shuffling things a little bit, just so like we are using the most space, I can still make a bit more room here with the tables, and even potentially here as well. But anyway, that's short term. I mean, that's not important at this moment. I'm focusing on stuff in here. I do need to go through some stuff in here. I've got other multi-quantity stuff here that needs to be sorted through and listed. I've got a lot of dev pile. I think when I ended the financial year, there's probably, I can't remember if I've got it on file. It's probably a good 1,000 items, could be more or less, that are still yet to be listed that have rolled over from the last financial year. So I've got a lot, and I think that's what I'm prioritizing on this week and next week, is getting that multi-quantity stuff up, quick wins, and then get all that done before we get our next 500 kilos in. I am getting electronics pickup this week, consignment. Hopefully that will have a bunch of stuff that we didn't have last time. So yeah, photographer had a bit of a emergency to attend to this morning, and just dealing with a break-in somewhere. So they'll be, I think they're about to rock up now actually. So it's never a dull day for anyone. Never take those things for granted. Never know what people are going through. All right, I've also got old stock that I need to sell. These will be just going off on lots. No one reached out to me, so I'll be just bundling them up on eBay and just basically pay X amount for X amount. They're B and A grade stuff. All right, let's charge on. All right, folks, so I've done some sorting. I've got some dead stock up here that I've just put into, well, actually I listed it, I hadn't listed it, so I cleared those out. There was about, I think it was 44 items. So did those, and also finished my other listings as well. Now I'm going to start to pull this out, and I'm probably going to set up one of the shelves that I've got here, and do a bit more of a cleanup, just making space, and yeah. All right, we now have another shelf in here. Slightly off measurements, but that's because we reused a different one here, but this is the way I want it. And I don't think I'm going to get the other one today because my van's obviously still getting in the getting the works done, so I can't nick into Bunnings, but probably get that later in the week and we'll set that up. I'm going to continue, well, I'm actually about to have some lunch, but I'm going to continue to sort all this, just to make space. And I might even be getting Carla to help do all these electronics, video game consoles in the next couple of weeks as well. So making progress. And for lunch, for those that are asking, I know some of you come here to see what's going on and then stick around because of the food. Today we have cheese, corned beef, and pasta salad, all leftovers, so not too bad. No Subway today, folks, sorry. It's good. Alright folks, quick little update, just had lunch. I just got the message that my van is ready for pickup. It's midday, so I'm going to quickly just pack all the postage, so that's all good. And then I'm going to take an Uber, get the van, come back. I might even grab the extra shelf actually. And that way I've got everything I need to do and I can just finish up. Yeah, photographer's here doing work, so I can don't have to pack everything up. So I'm going to quickly pack all the postage. We've got a couple of pair of jeans and some shirts. That's it. Not much. It's absolutely dead. All right, I'm going to do this, and then I will see you when I'm back. All right, we're back, folks. I've got a couple more of these. I'm going to set them up before I finish up for the day. Get them happening in here. Making progress. Van's all good. All right, folks. It's a bit of a chaos and mess at the moment. Postage is all done. Just been shuffling a few things. Just as you know, we got the second shelf up. I just started to move a few things off the ground, and I've got a couple of boxes here that I still need to sort. It's almost 4:30, so I'm actually just packing up. But the next plan will be to start to. We'll start this week. Basically, electronics and stuff are actually going to be moved into, sorry, not the electronics and stuff, the def pile over there of the video game consoles. Until they get tested, they're actually going to go in here, because they're kind of long tail items. All of this multi-quantity stuff, all the stuff under there, is all going to be consolidated with the other multi-quantity stuff, and that will be starting to make its way this way. That way, and this is big kudos to Carla for this one. That way, all of the stuff will be in here. All the clothing will be in here with this stuff as well. And then this might be just excess stuff if I need to put stuff here. And then the other one will be for processing and the long tail items of these consoles. But once we get into these consoles, it's probably a day's worth of work, a day or two. It's just, if you're going to test them, you want to photo them the same day. So it is a bit of a good day or two to do that. I am getting some more electronics this week, so this will be back in operation from hopefully end of the week, and we'll be doing that again. Just got a couple of boxes to take down. This is all video games, like controllers. Actually, that one's empty, but that's controllers and things as well. So yeah, pretty busy day. I'm happy with all this. Small progress. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. I can tell you this week's gone pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a pretty good mood at the moment, just because opportunities, they come left and right, and you just never know what's gonna happen. So just finished up a backpack for big kids. We got some opportunities there to do some more fundraising, and some avenues of some potential ways to bring in more revenue for them to make money. So that's why I'm quite happy, just because, yeah, day took a mysterious turn. Anyway, I can't really talk too much detail on that at this point, but it's always a nice thing when you get those unexpected surprises. So today, also, we are still fundraising for Backpack for Big Kids. At the time of this video, or me filming this, we're on week 6, so by the time this comes out, it's almost week 7. But you know, tonight's giveaway and fundraiser for raffles, we're doing more than $250 worth of giveaways and prizes. So each week we are trying to increase that, so make sure you do get involved. You can check it out all down below in the description. And I've got a video up here that you can check out as well. So please do get involved. So today, I have finished up at Backpacks a little later. It's almost 1 o'clock, and I've got to go pick up a coffee for my worker. They've also had a bit of an interesting morning. I mentioned the other day that they had some issues with something was broken into. Fortunately, they've now been able to identify potentially who some of those whoever stole the items was, because they've stolen an iPhone and now the tracker's on, so that's pretty cool. But it's never a dull day for anyone, right? And I say this all the time, we never really know what people are going through, so it's always good to show some level of empathy. But you know, it also does create frustrations. It causes us to, lose our, normal routines and things like that. But that's life. So trying to take a positive approach on this. Anyway, I mumble. Pick up coffee, go back to the unit. I've got to do a pick, pack and post. We have had quite a few multi-orders come through, which I'm very grateful for. One person has purchased 6 items, someone else has purchased 2, and a couple others with 2 or 3. So that's been very nice. Yesterday was pretty pretty quiet, all things considered. We are still trending below where I want to be for this week. Roller coasters. So that's really my focus today. I've also got a whole bunch of stuff that I need to sort through for Backpack Big Kids to see if there's some viable opportunities there for them to potentially bring in some additional fundraising revenue. So I'll probably do a little bit of that today as well. And I did bring tubs to start to do the sorting of R.M. Williams and all that multi-SKU stuff that I have, like to put it into the shelving racks. I don't know if I'm going to get to that today because I've got to do the pick, pack and post and just running it a little bit behind now. But yeah, that's the day in the life, right? I mean, it changes all the time. So I'll see you in the shop. I've got some food as well. I've got another corned beef roll from some leftovers, which I'm super excited for. And yeah, so I will see you in a second, but for me it's probably going to be about 10-15 minutes. Ciao. All right, folks, we're here. It's just been doing a bit of shuffling of things and admins and having lunch with my worker. So this is some of the stuff that we got. I can't talk about it too much, but there is some interesting things here. And there's a big box of jeans in there as well. I got a whole bunch of shoes as well. Some pretty cool, interesting things in here. So they might be raffled off, or we're going to be just selling them to make money for the fundraiser. Got some sad news for myself. We're back down on 69,932. We have dropped $4,000, $3,500 in 2 weeks. That's how low sales have been compared to what was happening about a month ago. So it hurts, but we charge them. We've got 16 items to go out. One big bundle of 6 items going out. We've got a couple other bundles in there. We've got a little Levi's hat. We've got some trading cards going out. We've got a phone going out. I'm going to get this packed, and then I need to do some sorting over here and figure out what I'm actually doing today. I'm probably going to start to sort this stuff because there's some good opportunity there. Plus I want to make sure that that's all happening for backpacks for big kids as soon as possible. All right. One thing I will show is I did just sell. Now the video comes out in actually today, at the time of me filming this, Wednesday. I sold this John Lennon, so I picked this up in my op shop video that comes out today. I haven't put it into it because it literally just sold now and my video is already scheduled. But this went for 46 bucks. Quick sell-through rate. John Lennon shirts, they always do really, really well. So nice little win there. Nothing else too crazy. A lot of army stuff going out actually. Still got a bit of this that I have to wash, but let's pack it all up. Alright team, postage is done. Nice big bag full. For me now, it's 3 o'clock. I've got to pick up Carla just after 4, so I've got an hour to kind of kill. So I did bring those tubs to start to do this, and the goal here is, as I said yesterday, for those that have just been clicking around, is basically all of this is going to become the multi-quantity section. So sometime this week, all of this is going to start to move into the other unit, and there's still a few other non-electronic things, but the other thing that I've been working on is I'm working on a new little opportunity around the laptops and stuff. Now we started doing these the other week, probably a month ago now, before Carla went away, and I was talking through how I intended to do this. I realize I'm trying to show you the laptop, but I've got the camera facing me, how I was going to be doing these. I may now have a new way of processing these. Found a little bit of an opportunity there, so I've got to suss that out a little bit more. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to start to sort some of this stuff just to see how I'm going to be processing it for backpacks, and then what's for raffle, what's for consignment, and things like that. So I've only got the hour, so I think I'll start doing that. Alright folks, I've been sorting all this. There's quite a lot of interesting things here. A lot of women's clothing, actually it's mainly just all women's clothing. I've just been saying that I've been wanting to learn more about women's clothing, and we've got the opportunity to do it through some consignments, so that's pretty exciting. Great way to learn because it's no cost. Anyway, I've got to go pick up Carla. Got a consignment pick up in the morning, and then we're back here in the afternoon, well, early morning, late morning, and continuing on. See you then. Ciao. Quick little ad here, folks. Just wanted to jump in here. No, this is not a sponsored post or a sponsored video or anything like that, but I did want to give you guys the opportunity to have a bit better understanding of a new service that I've started, which is a product listing service, and this is known as Pro List Assist. Now, I understand, and I think many of you can relate to this, that listing on eBay can be time consuming, it can be challenging, and it can be frustrating. And I've created a service in partner with my lister, John, and who's now my business partner, so that we can handle this all for you, right? You know, handle all the constraints, be it time, be it motivation to list, be it maybe you're still working full time, or maybe you're just struggling to actually get the right titles or the best listings possible for your listings. Well, I've teamed up, as I said, with my lister, who is now my business partner, John, and we've created this business called Pro List Assist. And it's actually quite simple. It's very similar to a VA or a virtual assistant kind of service, but you don't have to hire, you don't have to go through that process, you don't have to vet anyone, you don't have to teach, or you don't have to train. We already have an existing team with experience ready to work for you. And we already have 4 happy clients. They've been doing, some of them have actually we've probably done about 250 listings for one person, but we've been having a great experience, some great feedback over the last 4 weeks. We're only a month in and we're looking for more clients. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, I would love for you to reach out. We do have a link in the description and I'll put it up on screen. But just to quickly, answer any frequently asked questions, the service is very simple. All you got to do is you sign up, you complete a brief little questionnaire just to make sure that we can get all the details relevant to you correct. You then upload your photos to a Google Drive that we provide access to you. We then create and craft your drafts ready for you to basically list. We'll send you a notification, they're ready to list. You go through and obviously have to price them, keeping those prices right, but you can give us those details in advance if you would like. And then when you're ready to publish the listings, you can. You can do it whether it's all at once, you can stagger them out over a couple of days, whatever looks best for you. Now, it is a cost-efficient approach. We can do package deals, whether it's you're purchasing bundles of 25, 50, 100, or maybe you need more, or maybe you need a little less. There is going to be options for pay-as-you-go as well, whether it's invoicing and quotas or credit accounts. That's still coming after a little bit of time, and also we need to make sure that you're someone that's willing to be consistent to the service. More details on that a little bit later as we progress into the service. We do actually offer 5 free sample listings if you sign up. So it's risk-free. You can do 5 free. If you don't like it, well, you don't have to stick around. And we also offer free unlimited revisions. So it's a risk-free approach, right? And I do have a special offer. And at the time of this video, which is July 2024, it probably won't stick around much longer. But if you do join up and you are an early joiner, we are giving 25% off for our per listing purchase. After this discount or after this special offer, the flat fee will be $2 per listing. At the moment, we're currently offering $1.50 per listing. So if you do want to get that deal, make sure you do reach out, get link in the description. There's a whole bunch of other different questions and details and information that might answer some of those questions you have in this link in the description. Otherwise, if you do have any questions, you can reach out to myself and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions and help you understand how this service is perfect for you to help scale your business. Here we are. And I would love to have more and more people take on this opportunity so you can put your time back to work where you want to be working in your business. Whether it's outsourcing, whether it's doing research, whatever it may be, that's up to you. It's different for everyone, but hopefully we can help solve that problem for you. So just wanted to give you guys that opportunity. Let's get back into the video. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday and we've got Carla again. Today we are going to pick up a consignment. It's just after 9:30 and we're just on our way there now. We'll pick all that up, hopefully a lot more than last month, because we didn't really get a lot at all last month. I didn't even end up processing a lot of that from last month because usually I like to have the bulk quantity to make up more bundles. I'm talking about the electronics and phones and things like that, but no, we did do some. So hopefully this time we will have some good volume, and I believe there's a couple of new types of products as well. So we'll give that a test. So come along for the ride for that, and then we'll be doing sorting of that depending how much there is. I've got to do a pick, pack, and post, and then depending on how much we have, I'm either going to do clothing today or I'll start to get onto the electronics. I've got Carla here to help with sorting and bits and bobs, and depends what she wants to do. And just yeah, so just kind of like another Thursday. Don't have a washing pickup today. We'll probably have that come on Monday, so we do have to finish doing those as well between sometime now and Monday. I think we've got about, if I'm correct, probably 10 orders to go out. It was a really good day yesterday. We ended up doing about 1,100, which is made up for the shortfall on the Tuesday. But today has started off very, very slow. I've been chatting to a few different people, and everyone seems to be down anywhere between 7 and 15% across key metrics, which makes me feel a lot better because we're all feeling it. But still, it's a grind. And we've dropped back down below 70 again, 70,000. We're down to 69,500, I think. So, yeah, as we would call it if you were in the stock market, it seems like the bull run has slowed down. Yes. Anyway, hopefully today's pickups will give us the boost we need. We'll see you in a jiffy. Alright team, we are back and we've got lots of electronics. We got lots of laptops, we've got lots of phones and remotes in here. A lot of sorting to do, as you can see. And then we've got, this is just all cameras and iPads and stuff. PlayStation 2, and this is small laptop. So it'll be a bit of a big sorting session. And I'm just going to have some lunch. We did bring a packed lunch. Carla grabbed some dumplings as well. And then we'll get into it. So we're just going to have a quick break and then have some food. And actually got a sandwich with pasta, salad and cheese today. Do you approve?
Yeah. I like pasta sandwich. What?
Yeah, you do. The pasta salad likes me. All right, team. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we got Carla all set up. She's going to be doing the phones today, sorting them into the difference. I'll show you a little bit later. She's like, send help. I'm going to start on the cameras just so we can get those processed, and that means I can start to list anything that's quick wins potentially today. And then got to do a pick, pack and post, which I'll show you a bit later. So we're going to do some work. Okie dokie, bit of an update. So all the phones have been done. They've all been sorted into their relevant little families, I guess, and then that will go through a testing process. We've now also done all the laptops, put them in. I've been working on a new way to move these laptops a lot quicker. Some of them I will be able to do a little twink with worth my while, but it's turning out probably a lot of them aren't worth my while. So we've got a pile here which will be anything from $20 to $60, and then the rest are basically, these are potentially $5 to $20, and then these ones are basically, they will be going through processing of scrap, and I can get a per kilo amount for those. So new process. The only thing is I have to store them until I get a certain amount of weight to make it worth my while. The other person's worthwhile is he doesn't care. It really comes down to me, depending on what the rates are being paid. But I think, yeah, that's the process we're going to go. Bit of a trial and error process, but I think it's going to be quicker than having Carla sit here and try and pull out hard drives and things like that. Yeah, so look, there is some quick wins with maybe some that have the ability to pull out, you know, like RAMs and stuff. And if I can do that, I think I would. But yeah, it's got to be quick, because the same thing is you got to store a lot of RAM and a lot of hard drives to be able to get good money for them. So anyway, just sharing the process, learning as we go, aren't we, babe?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, team, time to do a pick, pack and post. We've got a whole bunch of different goodies. This one's going out. This is for a consignment. A couple of other little goodies there. And then just really some light end clothes. Just Williams and Levi's, nothing too crazy. We're on 69,436. So we have dropped down heaps, which is just ridiculous. I've got 11 items going out. I'm going to get all this done. I've also got the giveaways and stuff that we did yesterday for Backpack for Big Kids to send out. And then I'll probably do some question answering, actually. Got Carla helping make a shelf down there where we'll be storing all the laptops on. Always new processes happening, but you know, it's part of the game. All right, let's do this. Okay, team, we are all done. Postage is all done. It wasn't that much, but we got it done. I did want to answer one question. Actually, there's two questions. I can't answer the second one that came through that's regarding combined postage. I want to give an example of that. So when I have my next multi-quantity order, I'll talk about how the combined postage works. Hopefully that will come tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for me, it'll be in the video for you. But the one question I wanted to talk about right now is it actually came from Ethan. Ethan Rushok, he's my accountant, and it's a good question. What do you think will be the number one metric you focus on in FY24/25? So basically FY25 business year. Now, off the cuff, I haven't gone into the detail of thought and thinking about this. It's really answering off the cuff. I think my number one priority metric for FY25 is going to be, there's two components to it, is increased sell-through rate, but not at the expense of profit. So obviously last year there was a big constraint on profits because I was expanding, I was putting more expenses, and I've kind of got that down pat. And I think we average between 15 to 17% of net revenue per month, probably closer to the 17. Ideally, that should be around 25-30. I need to double that, really, almost. Now, to do that, I need to continue to sell more, which means increase sell-through rate. So I need more volume of sales, but not at the expense of profit. So getting a lower cost of goods. Now, I'm working on some new opportunities that will potentially bring in additional cash flow. Not necessarily huge profits, but additional cash flow. And finding those deals hasn't been easy, and I haven't even locked in those deals. But there's a few things that I'm trying to work on to bring in that lower cost of good. Because if I can half a cost of good, my cost of good at the moment is, well, for this month it's only quite low actually. But last financial year, my cost of goods on average was sitting around. From January to June, my average cost of good was $10.51. If I can get that down by half, it gives me so much more wiggle room, because my rebuy opportunity averaged to be about 0.65, which is quite low considering, you know, how much we're putting through the business in terms of, you know, I was doing $20,000 a month, but we're not able to recoup enough to cover the cost of goods to then go out and duplicate money. So short answer is, sell-through rate not at the expense of net profit. And yeah, there's a couple of obviously finer metrics that go alongside that. So I hope that answers your question. All right, folks, we're almost at the end here. So just want to give a bit of update we've done. So all of this is the stuff that's come out for the ones that I'm selling directly, putting on eBay. This is getting out any SSDs, any hard drives. I've also started to accumulate RAMs where it makes sense, because I have a way to, obviously I need a lot of RAM to be able to make this viable. But these are all probably anywhere between, I think I said $25 to $65 parts only. So I've done those now. And then all of these are basically being sorted into, that will be sold for kilos. And we've got Carla here sorting through underwear and swimwear as well. What was the store name that you're going to make? She can't say it. I said to her, it's like, oh, we've all this.
That's a secret for now.
You don't want to say? You don't want me to say it? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, it's a secret. But watch this space. And Carla sorted all the shorts. That's all done now. We've got a couple of overalls left here. So we've got some army stuff going out. This is all for washing for Monday. So that will be getting picked up. Okay, I might have to give her some extra bags. And then Carla set up this shelving, so we're putting all the laptops in here. Basically, we'll be putting top tier, and then all of this will be into the tiers of, this is basically, so it will be A grade, B grade, and then it will be your C grade, which is basically kilo weight. Yeah, that's basically the situation there. And then at the bottom, I'm going to be putting storing of parts. So we are making some progress. I think next week, well, tomorrow's Friday, we're still going to do some stuff tomorrow, but I think next week we're going to start to do this shuffle. So I'm going to start to pack all this up, and then we'll finish up with a few other little smaller bits and bobs. So just a quick little update. Well, that's it, folks. We're all done. We're all done. We're heading home now. And tomorrow we're
We'll do
either
it again.
going to go to Savers. Carla's got an appointment midday, so we're just we're going to see how we play our cards in the morning. I do want to go to Savers, but really I should be doing some more work. But then if I go here and then we have to go back and forth, it's probably more efficient to go the other way. Anyway, team, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Ciao.
Ciao.
Folks, and just like that, it was Friday. And good news, well, good news for us, we're going thrifting. We're going to Savers this morning. Carla has an appointment around midday, so we're going to go Savers, we'll have some lunch, go to an appointment, and then we'll head into the unit and do pick, pack and post and any quick wins that we possibly can do. So it's a bit of a chill kind of day, taking it easy. And we won't have the Savers footage in this video. You'll have to wait till I release that video, which will probably be either Wednesday or Saturday, just depending on my schedules. So yeah, look out for that one, but I might give you a bit of a sneak peek when we get back to the unit. That's assuming we get anything. We did actually, when we went to Torquay, we thrifted, and we started off with a video, and we never actually released it because we got nothing. We went to like 5 or 6 stores, and it was probably our worst. I think we actually ended up getting one item. It was that cool two items.
Yeah, books
Oh yeah, the books. We got a couple of Osborne books and a cool jacket. Just, it was really bad. Anyway, it wouldn't have been very exciting for you guys, but sometimes that's the reality. Anyway, I blabber, so we're going to Savers now, and we'll take you through, I'll take you a little bit through some of that stuff a little bit later, but you'll see that in the other videos. So otherwise for today, it's kind of business as usual. See when we're looking at you. Actually, I might even see Forrest Finds online today. I've got to pick up a plushie from him, so.
Yo.
There he is, the man. How you doing, bro? Oh my gosh.
The real thing.
It is the real deal.
Here it is.
Where'd you find him?
Salvos yesterday, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. I've never found Portuguese actually.
Same.
So,
Thanks, man.
no worries.
All right, team, it's been a day. We are back here finally at the unit. It's 3 o'clock. We've got a return. We've got all the stuff that I got from Savers, which I'm going to go through for my next video. While I do that, Carla's going to help do a bit of a pull out of, well, a pick. And then we're going to do a pick, pack and post, and that's pretty much what we'll do. If I've got any time, I might take some photos of these shoes. So I'm going to quickly film for the thrifting video, and then I'll show you what we've got going out as well. Okay, team, so what have we got going out today? We've got 22 packages going out, as you can see here. Probably can't see it too well, but we've actually dropped back down to 69,686. So sales have started to pick back up. We did get this big one going out. This is a bathing ape. That has gone for 125 plus $20 postage. We actually picked up another one of those today. Bit of insight, we actually picked one of these up at Savers, ironically. Just crazy. Not exactly the same, a little different, so it's quick little money. One going out today and one coming in. So we got that going out. It's gone pretty well. We do have this big guitar hero. He's gone for about 130. And then mainly just bread and butter clothing. I think there was a couple of items here that picked up not that long ago. We've got a sports craft chinos going out, which I'll put up on screen. We got another R&M Williams shirt going out that we got it. Where did we get that? We also got that at Savers when I got the bathing ape. And we've actually got this little garbage gang sticker going out over to, I think it's going to the UK, so that's pretty cool. And some phones here, so I've got to get cracking. It is already 3 o'clock, so got to get this done and then we'll be pretty much out of here. All right, team, bag of goods, and that's what we put the guitar hero in. Nice and solid. There was a question about the combined postage, which I didn't have any orders come through for combined postage. But what I will quickly just talk about is, for those that are new doing this, there is this thing called business policies where you can set up policies that basically automate things. So for instance, for your postage and for basically how you handle, so for postage, for refunds and the payment terms. Now, for the way that I've set up my combined postage is if you set up a business policy. I'm just going to pull one up here right now, so just give me a second. One moment, please. Okay, so I've set up a postage situation where you probably can't see this too well on screen, but I can put a screenshot over the top. But this is my postage setup, right? Now, when it comes to combined postage, there is this option here to apply my flat postage rule, which basically means you can combine items into one package and offer postage discount. Specify the combined postage discount you want for use this listing. So that's my flat postage rule. As you can see here, each additional is $2.50. And then for express, each additional is $4. Now, where this is pulled from is from another section, which is under, let me get to that. If you go to where it says your account settings, go to under selling, and then go to shipping preferences, there is a section in here which has allow combined payments and postage. Combined payments is specified, and flat postage rule, and there's calculated postage rule. Flat postage rule in there, I've actually got my original one, which is $2, but I've now got the $2.51 overriding that. So that's why you have to be careful, because if you put it in one place, it might not show correctly in the other spot. Just take that into account. And then calculated postage rule, this is for basically overseas. This is going to combine all item weights. So for instance, if you've got something, so when I send international, I always do it by weight, knowing how much my clothes and things weigh. Now, if they buy two, it's going to calculate the weight based on the two items. So if they're 400 grams, it would be 800 grams. So they'll get charged based on 800 grams, if that makes sense. So I hope that does help clarify a little bit better. What I will do though is when I have this happen again, I will just talk through it a bit better in a bit more detail and give an example of how that's been pulled together, because it automatically does it. So that's that. I think that is it for the day. We didn't really get to do any photos or anything today, so it's already 4:15, so we're going to go, and we'll just have to pick up the slack for next week. Thanks for your help, babe.
No worries.
Just sitting down here eating donuts?
Just one.
Just one. Okay. Alright, team, we'll see you next week. I feel like I've forgotten to answer another question, but I do apologize if I did, and I'll try and do that next week. And we do it all again. Alright, if you do have any questions, chuck them down below. I'll see you in a second. Ciao!
Ciao.
Well, there you go. So, interesting roller coaster of a week. It's actually turned out to be pretty good. We've had some pretty cool opportunities come through this week. I'm very grateful for some of the different leads that have popped up. There's still a few more leads that I'm trying to push into to build out some of these opportunities. And I do talk a little bit cloak and dagger, because some things aren't set in stone until they're set in stone. So, I don't want to get into too much detail of them in case they do not pan out. So it'll be exciting to see that those opportunities can work out, and, just starting the new different revenue streams and things like that. It's always exciting to see how things quickly it's always exciting to see how quickly things can change. Now, on the contrary, and this is lesson number one, is sometimes I am my own worst enemy, and I get really stuck in my head when things aren't going as planned. Like, we had a huge bull run of growth in the last 6 months. We got up to $74,000, and I know it's not about 90-day totals or revenue, but we did. We got up to $74,000 in 90-day total, and that is really, it's comforting. It helps you realize that, okay, you're doing something right. And then to see it pull back over the last couple of weeks and drop down to, like, I think we're at 68, 69 at the moment, it does make you think, oh, what's changed? What's happened? But we have to zoom in and understand what's going on at play here. And all things considered, things are really not that bad. And when I do zoom out and have a look, we're still on track to do $250,000 for FY25, even though we are at the start of the FY. We'll probably hopefully increase that. But it really isn't that bad. And I've got a couple of graphs here. I actually created this report for myself, and it just updates daily automatically. And I have this from my reseller dashboard sheet that I've created. And we've also got the reseller spreadsheet that I've teamed up with Ethan about. If you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. But basically, volume of sales, we're trending up in terms of average. We're above average over the last 4 years. When it comes to revenue per week, also we're above average. Definitely roller coasters. And then it's the same for ASP as well. And profit at the moment isn't too bad, which I'm going to get to in a minute. We're going to talk about some of the financials. But lesson number 2 for this week, or sorry, just before I get to lesson number 2. So that perspective is really important, to zoom out, really understand what's going on. Is it really that bad? It's maybe because I was tracking towards getting closer and closer to that $300,000 mark from a trend forecast perspective. We've pulled back a little bit, but that's okay. I know what's possible, so now how do we get there? So just really not trying to let that get too... it kind of does get me into a lull, but realizing it's actually really not that bad because we're actually doing really, really well. Lesson number 2 is then, by looking at those perspectives, is taking on the approach of continuing to keep learning, right? This is super important. And this week we've been doing that. We've been continuing to learn, continuing to adjust, continuing to take the time to reflect and understand how things are going, what's going on, are things working, what isn't working, and then also continue to dig into new opportunities. We have to keep doing this as a small business, as someone on eBay, if you're doing reselling especially, if you want to continue to thrive, right? Now, I'm not saying you should all of a sudden start doing a new category. That's not what I'm saying. Is it finding new ways to source? Is it finding new leads? Is it a better way to list? Is it a simpler way with processes? Whatever it may be. Finding all these adjustments, making these pivots, doing these learnings, it's a really great way to level up your business. And a good example of this is actually 2 Aussie thrifters. They've just released their financial results of how they went for FY24, and it's inspiring to see what they're able to achieve with all the ups and downs that they've had as well. And I want to give a shout out to them because they've had to go through, ups and downs. Circumstances are different to everyone, right? And, no one can just all of a sudden start their business and replicate what they're doing. But the fact of the matter is they continue to pivot, they continue to learn, they continue to adjust, they continue to take time to reflect, and they continue to look at new opportunities. And that's what we need to do, right? And I'm not saying that they've got it all figured out either. They're still learning. As I just said, they're still adjusting. They say it themselves, right? But it's a great model to be able to look at and see, like, what are the possibilities? What can we achieve? Now, I'm not here to compare my business to their business because we completely do different businesses. Just like you should not compare your business to my business or compare your business to their business. But what we can do is we can look at how everyone else is operating and see, oh, this works really well, or I never looked at it from that perspective, or I never thought about doing that, and see what you can do and leverage each other. People offer different opportunities for if it's part of your model, or maybe they can give you some hints and tips. Maybe it's skewing systems, processes, how to hire, all these different things, right? Leverage that network of people and the community. There's heaps of people out here doing this. I've just recommended them because I literally just watched their video just the other day and it's fresh in my mind. So just take that into account. Now, a quick note before we wrap up is I've had a lot of questions about, how do my results go for FY24? They are coming soon. I've just been pretty busy over the last couple of weeks with a few personal appointments and things, and I haven't had the time to just kind of go through and finalize numbers at a very high level. Obviously, I'll still have to do a bit of reconciliation to making sure that that's all ready for my, accountant, Ethan Rushock, and things like that. So hopefully I'll have those in the next week's video. And also FY25 goals. People have been asking, what's my goals? What's the plans? And I'll be getting to that soon as well. So make sure you do subscribe and hit like if you want to see those details come through, because they will be coming very, very soon. Now, the next thing I quickly wanted to touch on, and we won't get into too much detail of it, is the weekly results. At the time of this video, I'll just bring it up. I've just got it fresh. It is 14th of July, 9:53 in the morning. So it is quite early. We've done 108 sales at the time of this video of me recording. We're sitting on $4,883 in revenue. ASP is $45. We should get to over $5,000 for this week. That is the plan. That is the goal. And if we do that, we can continue to be on the trend to hit over $250,000 for FY25. That's basically my baseline goal. Now, in terms of how we're tracking for July 2024, it's not too bad of a start. Really, it isn't. In terms of a new financial year, we are currently running at a net profit of $2,027. That's me recording it right now. So it's a 21% net profit. Revenue is pretty consistent compared to the last couple of months, and sales we're doing about 14.5 per day. Revenue is about 677 per day. And our rebuy opportunity, the number that I'm really trying to push into this financial year, is currently positive of 1.23 or 122.72%. So just a rounding thing there. But yeah, much better. So basically, things are looking good, but we still have to pay more wages. I still have some consignments to pay out. I still have more expenses to come this month. So we'll see what happens there. Now, as I said before, if you do have any questions, more than happy to answer anything. Chuck them down in the comments below. More than happy to continue that conversation. And I'd love to, hear how you're doing. What's going on for you? How are you tracking? How did you pull out for FY24? What's your goals for FY25? And I said we will touch on how I did go for FY24 next week, and also some of the goals that I've got coming up as well. Appreciate you being here. You have a wonderful day. Cheers.